Hello, my sweet and precious children. Today we are on lesson, that looks like it's a 6. It's not a 6, it's a lesson. We are on lesson 35. Today we're going to be talking about adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing decimals. All those good things. Guys, get out your notebook. Make sure that you're taking notes while we do this. Anything I write down, you need to write down as well. So for example number 1, adding decimals is 3.6 plus 0.36, and again, there's usually a 0 in the front here. You don't have to write that. I choose not to, just because I don't feel like it. In this last one, so adding and subtracting decimals. First things first, in this last one, if a decimal is not shown in a number, it is at the end. The key here is that we need to line things up. Guys, if you have grid paper, this is a really good use of your grid paper. What you're gonna wanna do, I'm gonna use giant grid paper while I do this on the video, just because it makes it a lot easier. So let me get out my giant grid paper, and what we do is you want to line all your decimals up. So 3.6 and then 0.36, right? And then 36 with the decimal at the end. Guys, the reason why this is helpful is what you can do is now put in placeholders, right? So placeholder here, 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 and here, and we are adding all these guys up. When we do that, we get 6 over here. 6 plus 3 is 9. We bring our decimal down because again, you want to make sure those are all nice and lined up. 3 and 6 is 9. 0 and 3 is 3. So you should get 39 and 96 hundredths. 39 and 96 hundredths. This is going to be the same idea for subtracting. So for example, that was example 1. Example number 2. Oh, we're not going to subtract yet. 0.1 plus 0.2 plus 0.3 plus 0.4. So if there's the same number of digits behind the decimal all the way across, then this is awesome because you can probably just do this on just right here. You don't have to use grid paper. So 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. All right, add all those guys up. I've got that decimal nice and lined up, so I'm just going to bring that straight down. I get 1 plus 2 is 3, plus this is 6, plus that is 10. So 0, and then carry the 1. This is actually where it would have been helpful for me to have some zeros in front of these guys. That 1 gets brought all the way down to here. This is not 0.10 like this. That is the incorrect information because you got to carry it up and over. You got to carry your just like you do normally, right? Okay. Example number 3. Now we're going to talk about subtracting. Example 3 says 12.3 minus 4.567. 1, 2, 3 minus 4.567. That's clever. All right, again, I'm going to use grid paper so you can see 12.3, and now I want to line that decimal up, so it's going to be 4.567. Let's throw some zeros there. Here we're going to subtract. I can't subtract, so I'm going to go all the way over here, borrow 2, make that a 10. Now I'm in a position to be able to borrow. So this becomes 9, and that becomes 10. 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 6, 3. 2 minus 5 I can't do, so I'm going to borrow. 12 minus 5 gives us 7. Bring down our decimal. 1 minus 4 I can't do, so I'm going to borrow. 11 minus 4 gives us 7. And then 0 minus 0 gives us 0. So 7 and 733 thousandths. I had to think about that. All right, good deal. So that was for example number 3. Let's look at example number 4. Subtract 5 minus 4.32. Again, if there is no decimal shown, there is a decimal at the end of the number. Hold on. All right, guys, so what we're going to do is, again, if there's no decimal shown, it's at the end of the number. So this becomes 5.0. This is 4.32. So I'm going to throw another 0 in there so that it's all nice and lined up. Get those placeholders in there. This becomes 4. This becomes 10. Now I'm in a position to borrow from that last one. For that last one. This becomes 9. This becomes 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 3 is 6. Bring down our decimal. 4 minus 4 is 0. So 0 and 68 hundredths. 68 hundredths. All right, let's talk about multiplying decimal numbers. Example number 5. Now this one, multiplying and dividing, it doesn't matter if you line up your decimals. You would get, okay, so it says multiply 0.23 times 0.4. Okay, so again, I'm gonna ditch those zeros that are in the front because I think it's easier. What this really is 23 times 4. Notice I'm just ignoring the decimals straight off the bat. That's the easiest way to do these, okay? 3 times 4 is 12, carry the 1, that's 8, 9. Now, we go back over here and we look, so there's no decimal in this number, which means it's at the end. We come up here and we have to look at the number of digits that are behind decimals. 1, 2, and 3. There are 3 digits behind decimals. So what we're gonna do is move this guy 1, 2, and 3 and put the decimal here. Notice there's a space here for that little bunny hop. You gotta throw a 0 in there, okay? So this is gonna equal 0.092. 0.092. So just look for the number of digits that are behind decimals. Let's look at number 6. Example number 6. I can't write today. Example 6. This guy is gonna be 35 times 0.4. Okay, again, and it says 0.4, but we're just gonna leave it as 0.4. So 35 times 4. Let's just do the math part of that first. 5 times 4 is 20. So carry the 2. This is 12 plus 2, which is 14. Come back up here, look at the number of digits that are behind decimals. I only see 1 digit, right? So we come down here and we bump our digit or decimal over to here. So now this guy equals 14 or 14.0, even if you want to throw that decimal in there, because I moved that decimal over. Let's multiply. This is example number 7. Example 7. We're going to multiply 0.2, 0.3, and 0.04. All right, again, we can disregard these zeros that are before those things don't really matter, right? But what we do need to do is 2 times 3 times 4. 2 times 3 times 4. Well, 2 times 3 we know is 6, times 4 is 24. So we get our answer for 24, but then we have to go back and count how many digits are behind decimals. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this number, equals, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna need to put 0, 0. So this is gonna equal 0.0024. 0.0024, okay? Let's look at example number 8. Now we're gonna talk about dividing decimals. Example 8. 3.425 divided by 5. Guys, if this comes first, it goes underneath the table. So it's gonna be 3.425 divided by 5. All we do here is we bring our decimal up to here. Okay, so now 5 does not go into 3, so you can put a little 0 there if you want to use it as a placeholder. So 5 goes into 34 6 times. 6 without going over. 6 times 5 is 30. So we subtract, and when we subtract, we also have to bring down. So 5 goes into 40 8 times, with a remainder of 2, right? So 8 times 5 is 40. We subtract, and when we subtract, we bring down. 5 goes into 25 5 times. So the answer here is 0.685 or 685 thousandths. Okay, that was example 8. Let's talk about example number 9. Divide 0.0144 divided by 8. Okay, again, this comes in the front, so it's going to go underneath our table. 0, 1, 4, 4. And then we divide this by 8. We bring our 0 or our decimal up here. Does 8 go into 0? No, so 0. Does 8 go into 1? No, so 0. Does 8 go into 14? Yes, it does, 1 time. This is where it's good to have grid paper too, because then you can keep your columns all like nice and organized. You see how mine are already getting sloppy? So that did not make it any easier. Let me try that again. Put 8 out here, 0.0144. Bring your decimal up, does not go into 0, does not go into 1, but it does go into 14 1 time. 8 times that is going to be 8. So when and if you want to put some zeros here to hold those as a placeholder, that's fine too. We're going to minus 8. That gives us 6. Bring down the 4, because when we subtract, we also have to bring down. We get 64. 8 goes into 64 8 times. 8 times. 8 times 8 is 64, so we have no remainders. So this is going to be 0.0018. Any questions on that? Let me know. Okay, so guys, go ahead and do those practice problems. I will come around in class and check to make sure that you've done them this is problem set 35. In the meantime, actually, let's do them now. Go ahead. These need to be on your homework though, okay, guys? So for those of you following along at home, these are the practice problems right here. So go ahead and pause the video, do those problems, and then come on back. All right, you guys. So I'll give you the answers and then we will talk about how we got these answers. All right, so here are the answers to the practice problems. Sorry about that P there. I'll move that P up over here. P is, and now I have to go back and check because I just erased it and didn't pay attention. P is 0.05. All right, guys, pause the video, check your answers, make sure you got these correct. If you if you missed some of them, keep watching. We'll go over each of these problems if you got them all correct. Excellent work. Excellent work, my friends. All right, let's talk about these. We're gonna go with A. A is 1.2 plus 3.45 plus 23.60. You're gonna add all these guys together. We're gonna throw 0 here, 0 here, 0 here. We get 5. That's 10 plus that is 2. Remember, bring down your decimal. That's why we line it up, right? That's 10 plus that is 12. So 2, carry the 1. This is 6, 7, 8. And then we have 0, 0, 2, which gives us 2. So 28, 25. Let's look at B. 4.5, 0.51, 6.00. I'm throwing some zeros in here just to make things easier. And then 12.40. We are adding all these guys up. We get 1, 14. Bring down our decimal. 12, 13. Carry the 1. And then remember, these are all zeros here, right? 1 and 1 is 2. 23 and 41. C. Let's see. 0.2 plus 0.4 plus 0.6 plus 0.8. Notice I'm writing all these vertically, even though they're horizontal in the book. It's totally fine. Okay, 2, and that is going to be 6. 12 plus 8 is 20. 0. Carry the 2. Bring your decimal down, and then 2 plus 0, 0, 0, 0 is going to give us 2.0 or just 2, right? All right, let's look at D. 36.274 minus 5.390. That's going to be 4. Bring your decimal down, right? So I can't borrow there, so we're going to do that 1. That's going to be 17. 17 minus 9 is going to be 8. 1 minus 3 I can't do, so I'm going to borrow. Make that 11. That's going to be 8. 5 minus 5 is 0. 30. So 30.884. Let's look at E. 16.7 minus 1.936. 936. Good. Throw some zeros here, right? Can't borrow, can borrow here. Make that a 10. Now I'm in a position to be able to borrow. 9, 10. This is going to be 4, 6. 6 minus 9 I can't do, so I'm going to borrow. Make that 16. 16 minus 9 is 7. Bring down that decimal. 15 minus 1 is 14. So 14.764. Okay, so F. 12.000 minus 0.875. All right, we're gonna make this, we're gonna borrow from here, we're gonna make that 11. This becomes 10, borrow, make 9, 10. Now I'm in a position to be able to borrow. 9, 10. All right, 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 7, 2. 9 minus 8, 1. Bring down that decimal. 11 minus 0 is 11. 11.125. All right, G. 4.2 times 0.24. All right, well, what we want to do is 42 times 24. Personally, I lose track if I do it this method, so I do the box method of multiplying, which means 42 is the same as 40 plus 2. 24 is the same as 20 plus 4. 2 times 4 is 8 with 2 zeros. 2 times 2 is 4 with a 0. 4 times 4 is 16 with a 0. 2 times 4 is 8. All right, now we can mentally add all these up because these two guys add up to 100, or 200, right? 800 plus 200 is 1,000 plus 8, we get, 1008, right? Now we go back and we look at our problem. How many digits do we have behind decimals? 1, 2, and 3. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and 3, 1.008, 1.008 for G. So then H, 0.12 times 0.06. What we're gonna do is 12 times 6, that gives us 2, carry the 1, that gives us 72, right? Now we go back over here, we look 1, 2, 3, 4 digits are behind the decimal here, which means we have to move this over 1, 2, 3, 4. We get that. We have 2 spots that we need to throw zeros in, so this is gonna be 0.0072. 0.0072, excellent work, guys. Let's see about I. 5.4 times 7. It's going to be 54 times 7. This is going to be 28. This is 35, 36, 37, 37, 378. But we go back and we look at how many digits behind decimals here? 1. So we just take this guy and we move it over 1, which means it's 37.8. 37.8. Let's check out J. 0.3 times 0.2 times 0.1. Well, we know that 3 times 2 is 6 times 1 is 6. So that's going to be 6. We have 1, 2, 3 digits behind decimals. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 spots over, which means this is going to be 0.006 because we've got to put some placeholders in for that guy. Whoops, I totally missed the mark on that. Placeholders for those two things. All right. Let's do K. 0.04. Just double checking my work as I go along because knowing my luck, I'll make a mistake. All right, for K. So all this is 4 times 10, which is 40. The number of digits behind decimals, 1, 2, right? So we're gonna move this over 1, 2 spots, which means this is 0.4. 0.4. L. 0.045 times 0.6 means we need to do 45 times 6. 45 times 6. This is going to be 30, right? 5 times 6 is 30. 4 times 6 is 24. 25, 26, 27, 270. Go back up here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 spots behind decimals. So we got to put 4 digits behind decimals here. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this equals 0.0270. Excellent. Actually, you didn't have to have that last 0 on the end. It was 0.20270, like that. I would get that rid of, as we go on, that's when I'll start marking it wrong. So be careful on that. Okay, so we are on M. 14.4 divided by 6. We take this guy that's in the front here. And again, how I'm showing my work on these problems is how you need to be showing your work on your problems as well, writing all this garbage down. 6 times 2 gives us 12. That's 6 goes into 14 2 times with a remainder of 2. When we subtract, we bring down. Remember this decimal, you got to boost that up here, right? Bring your decimal up. But we don't have to worry about carrying it down is the big part. 6 goes into 24 4 times with no remainders. 4 times 6 is 24. 0 remainders. Bam. This is going to be 2.4. 2.4. And we get 0.048 divided by 8. That means 0.048. We're gonna boost this guy up to here. Bam, 8 goes into 0. Nope, sure can't. Does 8 go into 4? Nope, sure can't. Does 8 go into 48? 6 times. 6 times 8 is 48. We subtract, and when we subtract, we bring down, it's 0 though, there's no remainder, so all this guy equals 0.006. Let's check out, 3.5 divided by 5. So 3.4 divided by 5. So we do 3.4 divided by 5. 5 goes into, we boost this guy up here. 5 does not go into 3, but it does go into 34 6 times. 6 times 5 is 30. Subtract 40. Now I can throw an extra 0 here. Let's bring that down. 0. 5 goes into 40. 8 times. 8 times with no remainder, right? 8 times 5 is 40, so we get no remainder here. So this guy equals 0.68. Let's do P. 0.3 divided by 6. Again, we take this guy, we put this under the table, 0.3. We divide that by 6, bring that up here. 6 goes into 3, it does not. So we're gonna throw a 0 there, but we're gonna put another 0 on the end. 6 goes into 30, 5 times with no remainders. So this equals 0.05. All right, guys, if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, get started on your homework and I'll see you in class. Thanks, guys.